Okay, give it a minute in my squeaky chair, which hopefully I'm going to get a new one for my birthday, according to Hubster and Denise. uh, give it a few minutes for everybody to come in. And let me get the prompt bowl. Hi, Zinjin. Hi, Hermie. How y'all doing? Pamela? Anybody else coming in? Give it a few minutes. News, prompts, tabs, things going on. Let's see. Missy, Brooke with an E, Pamela Kane, Pamela B, Goldie, Brenda A. Hi, Kat. How you doing? Hope you had a good weekend. Let's see. April. Laverne. Thanks everybody for being here. How's the light look on this thing? Looks okay, I guess. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Doing well. Make some room here. Zinjin. I said hi, Zinjin. Terry Brett. Janet. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I'll give it a couple minutes for people to come in. We'll start with our usual prompts, and then I'm gonna do, if y'all didn't follow or didn't know, every Monday when I do the prompt poll, I'm also going to do something with the tabs. I pulled a couple of my other Society of Idea Collector notebooks out to just kind of review and kind of pull some more ideas. And I did write down some of the tabs that are in here that you can add to your new notebook if you're following along. Hi, View. And I did get a new color book, which we're going to work in today. I was enabled by View. Let me move my HIMI Gouaches over there. It's casting a shadow. There we go. It's casting a shadow. So yeah, got a new color book. And let's see. Who else? Susan, Barbara Chicken Pot Pie Society coming in with the song. So yeah. So Hubster's home today. Y'all know he's had this cold for like 3 weeks. And he's, well, I'm going to, and he tested himself for, the virus. He doesn't have the virus. So he said, well, I'm going to go over to we have those urgent cares where you do a walk-in, but you get online, you make an appointment, you go in. So he made an appointment to go over there and get some antibiotics. Well, he has pneumonia. So yeah, he's never had a fever, never lost his appetite, but he's had a chest cold for 3 weeks. So he got some antibiotics and some extra strength cough pills, and so he'll be home for the next 3 or 4 days. He was been going to work all this time. He took a day or two here or there. But so the doctor said, you just go to bed for 3 days. So he's home. So after my stream, I'm going to run to the grocery store and pick up a few things. He's on his antibiotics now. So we're good there. And yeah. So this morning, it was funny this morning. Yeah, well, actually yesterday I was trying to put some Vicks. The Vicks comes in a stick now, like a roll-on, like a deodorant stick. So I said, let me put some Vicks on your chest. And so he let me put a little bit on. Then he was slapping my hand away. That's enough. That's enough. And so I think I can manage, Janet. So I was putting the Vicks on him, and he was slapping my hand away this morning. I told Denise, I said, "Well, at least he's taking his antibiotics like he should be. Otherwise, I'm going to have to get it in suppository." She goes, "No wonder he's slapping your hand away." I hear him laughing in the other room. He's just one room over from me. He can hear me, and he's giggling at me. Hi, Mama Four. Let's see. Everybody's saying get well soon, honey. Oh my gosh. Hi, Arlene. So yeah. Let's see. Yeah, so hopefully he'll get the antibiotics will get in his system and he'll get better soon. So yeah. Let's see what else is going on here. Look at everybody said get well quick, honey.
Okay, thank you.
See her little bed I made her? Yeah. She wanted to be up on the table and there was no room for her with all my stuff up here. So I made her a little bed right behind me. She climbed right in it. She likes it. Well, she thinks I'm talking to her this whole time. She doesn't understand. Thanks. Arlene said prayers for you, honey. Hi, Joanne, Kristen, Joyce. Let's see, who else am I missing? Yeah, so thanks everybody. Thanks for the good wishes for Hubster. And let's see. So I want to do something with the HIMI Gouache, my HIMI Gouache over here. And this is the new word, what is new to me, with all these awesomeness colors in it. So we're going to play with this in a color book today after we do the tabs and the prompts. If you're talking to me, put it in caps because the chat does move really fast and I may not see. Hi, Debbie. I may not see your comment if you don't put it in caps. I know. Aren't they pretty, Zinjan? So we're going to do that, and I'll show you the color book that they have snap things on here, so it's nice. I saw this over on View's channel, and it came a little bent. The first few pages are a little bent, so I'm trying to bend them back. So the Fantastic Collections, View, there you go. View. So I got this because I thought it would be you'll see why I think it's good for like doing testing and color combinations. Me said I got my happy mail only 9 days all the way to Poland. Can you believe it? Oh, well, that's awesome. Me. I have well, it was because we had a half a day of snow. Everything shuts down. And so Janet, Kat, and Tina have not got their discs yet. I sent them out on the 17th in priority envelopes. 2 days, supposed to be a 2-day envelope. Well, because of the snow, they've not arrived yet. Was it 10 days now? A week? Yeah, 10 days. 17. Yeah, today's the 27th. So hopefully they'll get them soon. But me, I'm glad you got yours over in Poland. So thanks. Cat's on it there. So I did get it off of Amazon. So there we go. Oh, thank you, Raul. Sending healing energy to Hubster. Thank you so much, Raul. That's very sweet. I did get all my happy mail done and out to the mailbox. But yeah. So anyway, let's see. Brenda, Susan. So, hang on a second. Yes, baby, I see you. I'll close my door a little, just kind of sort of, so that I'm not disturbing the Hubster's sleep. There. Let's see. Christina. Brenda B. So, yeah, thanks everybody. So, I'm going to flip through this real quick. Fantastic Collections, Steve McDonald. It's a coloring book of amazing things, real and imagined. And I did start a color book page because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the gouache to do the base coat. And then I'm going to play with acrylic markers. These are the thin ones that I got, the kind of new ones, the thin grabby markers. And so I might play with those to do, doodle on. Well, we're going to play with it. Hi, Tina. Good to see you. Tina's saying good morning to everybody. Let's see. Am I missing anybody? Thanks everybody for being here. So I'm going to flip through this real quick. So the first few pages came bent, and I've had them under a thing trying to flatten it, and I don't know. So you see, it was bent, but that's okay. So yeah. Oh, thanks, View. That's so sweet. And View, I need to know which address to send you something to. Message me or something so I know which address, because I know you have two addresses and I never am sure which one to send you something back in. So let me know which address to send it to you. Thanks, Tina. Thanks, View. I wrote you down for a thank you, View. I just have to know where to send it. Let's see. Susan. So as you can see, it's a lot of just different things. It's like it's not a theme. It's just all kinds of different things. That's why it's called a collection, right? So, and it's it's a large. I think is it a 12 by 12? I think so. Let me get a ruler over here. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Actually, it's 11 and a half. 11 and a half by 11 and a half. So, yeah. Hi, Kimberly. Thank you, Tina. Let's see. Am I zoomed in enough? I think so. Let's see. Maybe one more. That's good enough for that's good for the color book. Might be a little close later, but. So, hi, Belinda. So here's some of the ones that I did. And the paper's pretty, it's Tina, it would be Tina passable. So it's not real thin. It's not a cardstock, but it's probably about a 90 weight. No, maybe. I'm not sure. But anyway, so I did some gouache base. I haven't done anything else to it, but just put the gouache on. And that way now we can play with some markers on top of it. So I had one page, done and dry so we could play with it. Let's see, Susan, Carol. Hi, Carol. Kim, K, Lisa. Tina approved paper. Yes. Tina does not like the copy paper type color books. So. So anyway, and so it did buckle a little, but I never mind if something buckles a little, because by the time you do the back page, the buckling goes away. I love these sunglasses. I almost did. Well, maybe we will do this one. Maybe we'll play with this one too. We'll see. Let's put a thing on there just in case, because I do like those sunglasses. Hi, Ellen. Anybody else coming in? Thanks, everybody. Thanks, lurkers. Tools, frames. Yeah, it doesn't bleed through. Well, now of course alcohol markers. These I'm going to use are acrylic markers. The alcohol markers will bleed through everything except marker paper. So yeah. Yeah, that's tools, Arlene. Tools. Butterflies. Sometimes, I know. And sometimes a really thin paper is a little annoying if you're using wet medium. Hi, Belinda. So yeah, buttons, little toys, some horses and dinos, oil and cars. And the candle balloons. You know, they have the candles and they float. The floating candles. Let's see, cameras, food in a pantry. So see what a variety this is. So I thought it would be really fun just to have it to play in, to test colors in, swatch, you know. So when I saw View had this book, I said, well, I'm going to get that. I'm going to get this book. So thanks, View, for the enabling. Clocks. Let's see, Ross. I see a lot of prompts from the scavvy in this. Oh, yeah. There could be a lot of prompts for the scavenger hunt in this. Roll. Yeah, that's true. And you could cut this up, you know, and maybe I will cut some up. I don't know, you know. It never bothers me to cut things up, deconstruct. Janet, you notice that too? Yeah. So, wine bottles, a kitchen accoutrement. Hi, Angie. Let's see. Thank you, Angie. Typewriters, metals, and metal and medal. Keys, musical instruments, phones, makeup, suitcases, and pencils. And there's Steve. I haven't tried to find him on IG, so I'll have to see if he's on IG and follow him. So again, other than getting it with the first few pages bent, when I put it under a thing, I've tried to smash this out. It just doesn't want to. It doesn't want to. Those first, what is it, 3-4 pages? They just have a bend in it, and I put it under a book all night. It just doesn't want to lay flat. But anyway, so this is the page we'll work on, and then maybe the sunglasses too. But I did do a wash of gouache. I did a wash of gouache, so then we can take the thin grabby markers, the acrylic markers with the thin tip, and play on it. We'll see. You know, I just thought that might be fun. Let's see. Then I did get some. Should I show that? Do y'all want to see what else I got? I don't know that I'll have time to swatch it or anything right now. Y'all are gonna go, oh my gosh, Dee Dee did not even need that. Do you want to see what I got? It was like $15 or $20. Do you want to see? Janet will want to see. All right. I saw it in my Amazon, new chatting. Hi, Melinda and Megs. Who else am I missing? I said hi to Brenda B. You found this book at Tuesday morning years ago. Okay. Yeah. I don't even know what year did this come out? My Tuesday morning closed like in 2020. So yeah. So I haven't had a Tuesday morning since then. This came out in 2016. And he has another one, and View has the other one too. He may have more than two, but those are the two that I saw View had. And I can't remember the name of the other one. View, what's the name of the other one that you have by him? So anyway, so yeah, it's been around for a while. I had not seen it until View showed it. But this is the new thing that I saw come up, and I think it's kind of new, Artisto watercolor pencils. Now I don't know how good they're going to be for like $20, but I couldn't resist them. So yeah, I mean I could have resisted them, and so yeah, I have the Derwent ink tints. I don't love the ink tints. And I have some old Prismacolor, or is it Derwent? Maybe it's Derwent. Old watercolor pencils, like a set of 12 or 20, something like that are like 30 years old. So I do have some 30-year-old watercolor pencils. Janet. So we'll see if we'll do some play with them. We'll do some play with them in the color book when we're doing the gouache and the markers, right? So, yeah. Yeah, the container is cute, right? And there's 3 layers. Let me just show you that. So it does have the little, foamy thing. It has the little artisto. I'm not sure how they, it's artist with an O. It's artist with an O. And they do have regular pencils too. Now I don't need any regular pencils. I have the Lumies, the Holbees, the Polys, the Prisma, the Posca. I don't need any more regular pencils. But the only other color pencils that I can remember that I have are the Derwent ink tints. And I don't love them. I don't love the ink tints. So yeah, me. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have the Faber-Castell vintage ones. I have the Derwent ones. They're gray. They're gray. Tina, the pencils are gray. I don't know if I can get to them right now. I could probably find them. But anyway, now I do have the Neocolor 2 crayon watercolor sticks, which I love those things. So, if I'm using, oh my gosh, she's just snoring away. Malibu's just snoring away. Hi, Cat and Paste. Riri, and I feel like I should talk quieter. Riri. Anybody else coming in? So here's some of they have the watercolor pencils, colored pencils, sketchbooks. It's kind of like, what was that one that was out here a few years ago that had all this stuff? And I kind of faded away when Grabby came along. Who knows? They're all probably the same company and they just changed the name. But anyway, watercolor pad. So yeah. Anyway, and here's a little like a little plastic. Now I like these plastics. Now I don't know that it would work for the pencils, but I do like this plastic for putting down what do you call it? The super tip markers. Because if you put down super tip markers on plastic, you can pick them up with a water brush and you have like a watercolor. Let me see. That's the spec. Well, I still have some something still in there. So I didn't clean my brush before I picked this up, but let me pick up the rest of that there. So if you have super tips, you can use super tips like a watercolor by just rubbing them, scraping them down on some plastic and then picking them up. And it doesn't have to be a water brush. It can just be a brush dipped in water, So let me get a baby wipe here. So keeping a piece of plastic is always a good thing. Now, I'm not sure how they intended that to be. Maybe it's just a cover for it to be used with these. But anyway, so there's all that little packaging came in there. And then it had the color. It has the color chart. And then this is a swatch chart right here, which y'all know. I try to keep the swatch charts, and I've tried to put them on here. I put them in Society of Idea Collector. I don't really go back to them. And I know a lot of people don't. This is more useful to me. Just having the colors already swatched out for me. I know Janet loves her some swatch charts. So Janet, if you decide to get these, it does have a swatch chart. Just for you, Janet. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, it shows some different ways to use them. Different pencil grips, sharpening, some little samples and stuff like that. So all that came in there too. And then it has 3 tiers. Now, y'all know I do not like me some plastic trays, but I might leave them in here just because I don't have another place to put them right now. But anyway, so there's the colors right there. There's all the colors that come in it. And we'll play with them after a while because y'all want me to. Hi, Flo. Good to see you. Hi, Tex. Yeah, I tried to have a dedicated book for swatches, Tina. I have so many of my Society of Idea Collector notebooks, sketchbooks, art journals. I like the idea of having them, and I did make a tab. It's not a swatch tab, but it's a supply tab. in my Society of Idea Collector notebook because I've done it before. And it is good if you can do it. If you like to have, Janet has her own swatch book for hers, dedicated book. Maybe she'll show that today. Yes, that's so pretty, isn't it, Janet? It is so pretty. Let's see. Scrolling. I said hi to Cat and Pace. So again, put it in caps if you're talking to me. Okay, so we might play with these as well as with the HIMI Gouache and these are, the kids swatch these out on black and white, and I gave the swatch charts to Samantha to put in her Society of Idea Collector notebook just so she has some different color ideas, things, for school and stuff. So anyway, there we go. I'm going to move this to the side for a minute, but there's the cover. This is what it looks like. I think it runs about $20. I don't know if Kat or somebody's already put a link to them in the into the chat, but there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and start. All right, so I did put the name. See, I have everything on a Post-it note. HIMI Gouache, acrylic marks. That's the title of the show. I can throw that away. All right. I made a note too. And Deb E, when I scroll back through my chat, scrub through it. I don't listen to me talking, but I scrub through the chat to make sure I don't miss new people. If I missed any comments or anything I needed to see. So I do spend about, on a 3-hour chat, I can scrub through my show in about 20 to 30 minutes. So let's see. Arlene said, where'd she go? There it is. I tried a swatch book, but I never remember to go get it. Swatches are yeah, I know. I don't know. I just pick a color. So anyway, when I was scrubbing through, I did not notice that I did this last week. Oh, let me show you. I did varnish my page from last week in my collage journal. And so let's see here. Where is it? Here it is. So here's the one that I did last week. You can see I varnished it. And I told a couple of, stories from Star Trek, and I said Voyager. And then I noticed when I was scrubbing through the chat, Deb E said, I think she means TNG with Picard. And she's right. So I made a note to tell y'all I misspoke when I was talking about a couple of the episodes that had Picard in it, and I called it Voyager. It's, the Next Generation, not Voyager. So I wanted to correct that before anybody emailed me and said, it wasn't Voyager, it was the Next Generation. So now I've cleared that up. I can throw that one away. Hi, Elisa. Hey, girl. Hey. And thank you, Deb E, for calling that out for me so I could, you corrected me in the chat. Let's see. What else am I? Thank you, Jan. I thought it came out well too, and I did put a gold edge on it. So, yeah. So, and I got to look at all these papers that I got back here for more pages. I mean, yeah, this, it'll be a while, but I am enjoying that book. All right, so let's see here. My little Anna. I said hi to Kimberly and Mama 4. Yeah, well, you did, Debbie. I knew you knew what I meant, but not everybody would say that. They just, you know how it is. Anyway, thank you, Debbie. Because I made a note and said I gotta correct myself because I did say it was Voyager and it was the Next Generation. So thank you, Debbie. And good morning, by the way. Let's see. Because it was Arlene. You would be surprised. I don't get the emails I used to because I always say, don't email me. But you'd be surprised how many, especially new YouTubers that haven't been streaming for a long time. And, I only stream. I don't really make videos. I've made a few, Hobby Lobby, tool, some. But if y'all ever look at my YouTube channel and want to see my videos, you have to go under the live tab. I do have it set up so my live videos are at the top of my top of my page and not videos because I have my video 4 or 5 years old. So you have to go to the live tab to see my videos. I try to make a point of I stream live every Monday and Wednesday. I put that in there. But anyway, especially new people. Now I've been going at this now for going on 15 years. But sometimes newbies get intimidated, and somebody can just say something and it sets them off. And you're new. You're trying to make a good impression. You're trying to be yourself, and people don't like you. It happens. And I've had it happen, especially in the first few years. It takes some years, and you just gotta ignore it, delete it if it's a horrible comment. Like what is it? Carrie the Crafter he talked about it. He goes, look, I don't have time for that. Just get rid of those comments. Now a constructive criticism, like if somebody had posted on that video, I think you meant next generation, not Voyager, I would have went, oh yeah, you're just like Deb last week. She said it in chat. I think she means Voyager. I mean, she means next generation, not Voyager. Well, somebody had said something like nice to me like that. But if somebody comes in and goes, you're an idiot, that's stupid, wasn't void, and nobody's doing that to me now. I'm just saying, let me clarify, that is not happening to me anymore. But when you first start out, people take advantage of you, and you have to just delete it and move on. Do not feel bad about deleting comments that are just meant to set you, they're trolls. And the motto of YouTube is do not feed the trolls. Do not feed the trolls. Just delete it and move on. So, okay. We do not do drama around here. Or we try not to anyway. Okay, so let's see, what else do I have over here with the okay. Next I'm going to read all my post-it notes, so you'll see how I keep track of everything. Everything goes on a post-it note. So I'm going to review a couple of my old Society of Idea journals to get you moving. So I did tab some of my old ones. And I'll do a little flip through these just to kind of show you. This one was going on in, what year did I do this one in? I did this one in 2023, and you can see there's still quite a bit of pages in there that I could have still used, but this one was one I used in 2023. Last year I did this one, 2024. This was last year's society. So, and I've already shown this a whole bunch of times, so I won't go through that one. This one, when did I do this one? What year did I do this one? When did I do this one? Did I put a date in it? Anyway, and I made my own tabs, and I've shown this one a lot of times too, so I won't be showing that one. I haven't shown these in a while, so I'm not going to go page by page because there's a lot. This one, I decided, I went ahead. No, that's not it. Is this one I did? I added some more dates to it because, is it this one? This one was 21-22, but there was one that I continued to add dates to it. Anyway, my point is I'm going to kind of review a few of these, and I went through them, and I put some post-it notes on it. So I'm going to show you what I have on these pages and how you can add these to your Society of Idea Collector notebook, which I made a brand new one. I did not need to make a brand new one. And if y'all had not been interested in me doing it again, making a new one, I would not have made a new one. I'm just saying, I would not have made a new one if y'all had not been interested in it. So I did make a new one just for you guys to start over. Okay, so here's some more notes in here. I got some notes here. I got some quotes here. Oh, and I did write down, and I have a couple more post-it notes here for things to cover with y'all this morning with the Society of Idea Collector. I pulled these out of one of my books to show you how, if you want to, these are my hand-carved ones. So I kept these in some notebook that I pulled out. But anyway, so if you have a hand-carved, I'll go through these here in a little bit. And some more quotes. So I have some quotes. And so if you want, I did not make a specific tab for stamps. But if you love your stamps, I know Janet she has her whole notebook, I think, full of hers that she's had forever. But I've never really stamped out all my stamps. I've shown you all my stamps. I've never stamped them all out except for my hand carved ones. And I don't even think this is all of them because I'm seeing a couple here I miss. I mean, I don't see them in here. But I did start making uh, stamping out my hand carved ones. It's not a sacrifice Ann makes, but that's funny. Thank you for your sacrifice, T. I love you guys. Y'all are so fun. Thank you, Tina. Good one, Ann. Let's see. I have music category. Oh, I'm not surprised at that, Ann. I have written out some lyrics to certain songs that I really like. They may be in one of these books I'm getting ready to show you. I'm not sure. But yeah. And hi, Becky Hernandez. Let's see. So I might take like these right here. I might go ahead and punch holes in these or glue them onto well, I can't really glue them because some of them I think are double-sided. Maybe not. But anyway, put these in my New Society of Idea Collector notebook. So I do have them torn out of some books. And then I wanted to pull you can print out different quotes of different people that you like. And I got those, and I have some other quotes here. And this is also here. I did pull this. I've shown y'all this before too. I wrote this down some time ago. It's off of Wikipedia, and it is what the definition of a commonplace book. To me, it's not a lot of difference than a Society of Idea Collector notebook. It's a place where you collect your ideas, your thoughts. You collect whatever you want so that you have a memory of it, an encyclopedia of things. So here is the definition of a commonplace book from Wikipedia. It's either commonplace books or commonplaces. Are a way to compile knowledge, usually by writing information into books. They have been kept from antiquity and were kept particularly during the Renaissance and in the 19th century. Such books are essentially scrapbooks filled with items of every kind: recipes, quotes, letters, poems, tables of weights and measures, proverbs, prayers, legal formulas. Commonplaces are used by readers, writers, students, and scholars as an aid for remembering useful concepts or facts. Each one is unique to its creator's particular interest, but they almost always include passages found in other texts, sometimes accompanied by the compiler's responses. So, and I just scribbled it out real quick, so I hope you can read it. But if you want to take a screenshot of it, or you can just go look it up on Wikipedia. So there is that. So I put that in here too, and I'll probably rewrite it under quotes or something in here. I'm trying to kind of recompile everything for you guys. But, I got so many of these books. I'm just saying, I got so many of them. This is just some tracing tissue paper that was stuck in a book. So let me just stick that under my board here for when I need it. So, and I have more. These tabs are probably going to have to move because they're going to be getting in my way. But they just look pretty here. I need to put let me just put a clippy up there. To kind of hold them in place here. There we go. There we go. All right. So as I'm showing y'all things and stuff, just if you have questions or comments. So again, like in a lot of my books, ever since I started doing Barbie photography, I've had Barbie photography tabs. I'm not putting one in this one. I have so many other places that I'm collecting Barbie photography ideas and notes and stuff like that. But my point of telling y'all that is you will probably have some tabs, and I'll show you my tabs again. You will probably have some tabs that, and Denise was here, in case y'all didn't know. Not this weekend, this is the last time she was here. You will have different tabs than me depending on your interests, just like the commonplace book definition. So, but these, and I've shown this, and I'll try to remember to show this every Monday because I'm going to I'm going to go different tabs. I'm not doing this sequentially. I'm skipping around. I'm not finishing a tab before we move on to another tab. It's a constant addition to your book. You will never write down, get all the quotes that you've ever liked and write them down there and go, okay, that's checked off. We're done with that. I try to remind y'all that this is not a project. It's a concept. Like the description I read for the Commonplace books, it's not something that you finish other than filling up. Now, you can fill it up and have to move into a new book. But especially back in the day, they didn't have notebooks where you can take things out and move them around and all that. We are fortunate to be able to do that because I like to move things around. So these are the different, and I won't read the sub tabs to the tab, but I have lists, prompts, colors, words, quotes, anything with YouTube or streams, classes or resources, people, and again, like famous artists, famous inventors. I could just make a tab. I could put something in there about Janet. Just kidding. Journals and themes, supplies, and again, like I could put my stamped, hand-carved stamped images under supplies, which is probably what I will do. I'll show you those here in a minute. Mind maps, and that can be mind maps of list, words, colors, themes, and we are going to do something else with colors today. Questions, books, either that you TBRs or that you didn't like or that you want to read, or art books, anything to do with books. Projects and goals, history and eras. I love history. This may be just a tab that I would have, or not just me, but that not everybody would have. But I like to study history and eras and things going on in different time periods. So I would have that. Stories. And again, under stories, I have myths, legends, folk tales, fairy tales, fantasies, conspiracies. Nature, that can include your garden. Countries and cities, and if you want to know how you could do something with this, maybe Janet will show her passport journal again. Perfect example of how to do something with countries and cities is Janet's passport journal. And if she forgets to show it on her, and Janet streams at 1 Eastern, if she doesn't show you what she's been working on in her passport journal, ask her when you're there so that she can. Everybody's texting Hubster and asking how he's doing. So family, I'm getting all the texts for family in our group family chat, and he's probably sound asleep. Anyway, but countries and cities is Janet's passport journal is the best thing. Hi, Vol. Who else am I missing? Thank you, Tina. There's Janet's YouTube channel. Hi, Anwar. Let's see. I think I've said hi. If I've missed saying hi to you, I don't mean to. Fashion, anything to do with the era, or it could be designers. It can be fabrics and textures. Emotions and actions. We're going to do something with actions today. The action tab. Symbols, food. That could be recipes, restaurants, drawings of food. Anything you have with food. Holidays, like it could be your holiday memories. It could be the holiday origins. Same thing for songs. You could write down your lyrics, the origins of songs. It could be the bands. Anything to do with music. Barbara, Chicken Pot Pie Society would probably have a whole book on that. Because she can put a song to everything. I wish that Barbara was on IG, because there's somebody over there, and I've shown it to Janet, somebody over there that hears a song for everything that goes on in her life. And every time she could be just walking down the street, and all of a sudden there's a song and it fits whatever's going on, and it's so Barbara. Barbara could have been the person that made that IG. So those are the 24 tabs. You can always make more. I might make more. I did mine numerically and by color, but I also have places back here with the alphabet right here. So if I wanted to put something alphabetically that may not fit one of these tabs, or I wanted to get more specific, I could put it alphabetically. So that's how my book is set up. All right, so quickly, let me go ahead and I'm not going to show, I'll show this every week. I'll try to remember to show the contents every week, but I'm not going to re-explain the book every week because that just takes too much time. So these are some of my hand carved stamps. There's Hieronymus Bosch. This is like the end of a violin, a wasp. Here's an owl, my rabbit, a bumblebee, my Society of Idea Collector, light bulb, and then pea pods, and this is a moon pie. Now, I did not, this is the only one here that I did not carve. This one was done by Lisa Scott, who has since passed away, and it's, I love that. I love this moon pie, so it gets its special prominence. Here's some other ones that I've, and it's not stamped really well. I mean, it's not real crisp and clear. I could have stamped it 3 times and got a real crisp. I just wanted to have like a record of my hand carved stamps. So I didn't care if they were stamped perfectly. I just wanted a record of it. Here's one that I did, and I think I did this on stream a couple years ago. So what I did is I had drawn this little guy here. I had drawn this little iguana guy. And I said, that would probably make a good stamp. So how did I do that? Well, first I sketched it out in like how it would be like just an outline kind of. And then I drew it out on a piece of the red rubber. And how you can do, I won't go to get into how to carve stamps right now, but if you take a piece of, what do you call it? A tissue, tracing paper, and trace what you've drawn. Like which one did, I don't even know the one. I don't see it here that I traced down. But anyway, then you do a rubbing onto your rubber that you're going to carve, and then you can use that and just rub it down and it'll transfer over, and then you carve it. So here's some of the carved ones and different ways I've colored them and stamped them with different colors. But yeah, there's my little iguana. That's what he looks like when he's stamped, or there. Same difference. I'm not sure about this. Oh, maybe it's just because it's on the back of this. So here's another one of my carved stamps, and how I came up with the idea. I had the drawing. So I had the drawing, then I redrew it little, and then I put it on a piece of tracing paper, moved that tracing paper onto the rubber, and then carved it. And then here's just different iterations of it and on different papers. So there's my little carved, and this is what it looks like if it's just with black ink. Okay, let me see what I'm missing here. Ruth, Mrs. Money Ruth. I said hi to Vol. Where do you get the rubber to carve? Missy, if you want to carve something large, let me come back behind here. You can you buy the Speedy Carve by Speedball, and there's also a gray version of it, not by Speedball, but it's the same kind of thing. It's a little thicker than this, but you can buy this wherever you buy your tools, your carving tools. Let's see, where's my carving tools? Here we go. Here's my carving tools. Wherever you buy the little Speedball carvers. And I've got my different, carving tools in here. And then here's the different, nibs. And, but if you just want to practice and see if you like it, you have to have one of these. Okay. And, but you don't want to, maybe get a big thing like this to carve, although it is easier to carve something larger than a small, but you can get the little Magic Rub erasers. They're white. They're called Magic Rub. You can buy a box of 12. I don't know how much they cost now. They used to cost nothing. But they're just the size of a little rectangular eraser, your usual standard size eraser, but it's called Magic Rub, and it is soft like this, and you can carve it. So a lot of my hand carved stamps that I've done were using that. We're using the Magic Rub erasers. Okay, let me see if I have one here. I might probably. Some of those little ones, like, okay, like this. This is about the size of the magic rub. That was carved on a magic rub. This was carved on a magic rub. That was. So yeah, these other ones are carved on the pink. What size is it? It's just your standard 3-ring binder. It's just I think it's just it's a thick one. It's I think is it 3 inches? A 3 inch. It's a 3 inch binder, but it's just your standard 3-ring binder. But it's like the 3 inch. It's this thick. Okay. So again, there's some of those. Here's something else. Oh, here's some more. A little snail that I carved. And again, I showed the step-by-step progression, how it came up with the idea. So I will put this. So supplies is number 10, green. So I'm going to go over here to my number 10, green. And for now, I'm just going to stick this in here so I can put the addition to that in there. Okay. Oops. Let's get those little frog legs back in there. Okay, so same thing for the Commonplace book definition. I could put that under quotes, or I could put it under words. I think I'm going to put it under quotes, which is number 5. So I'm just going to throw it behind quotes for right now. Okay. Same thing for this. Well, no, I'm not going to put this in there because this is a whole bunch of quotes. What I'll do with this is I'll run through this and write down any of the quotes that are really meaningful to me out of this, rather than this big thick thing in there, because I'm not going to want all these. I'm not going to like all these quotes. So I'll just want to keep the quotes that I like. So I'll just put this behind me for now. I'll deal with that later. Okay, let's see. Oh, let's put this back up here. All right. So like I said, I pulled a couple of my older Society of Idea Collector notebooks to kind of show you. So, and I made me some notes over here, which ones I pulled. Let me get my little thing so I can check them off. Get a sip of lemon water. Again, you know, I did kind of close the door. Hubster's home with pneumonia. He had a chest cold for like 3 weeks. He went to get some antibiotics. And he's like, oh, you know, you have pneumonia. He's never had a fever, never lost his appetite. It's just like a chest. It's like it's in his chest. So he got some antibiotics, and they told him to stay home till Wednesday. He's had it for 3 weeks. I mean, I'm glad that the doctor told him to stay home. But he stayed home 1 day in the last 3 weeks, I think. So now the doctor said, you need to just stay home for 3 days while the antibiotics kick in. So, hi, SC. I'm not sure if that's South Carolina, Susan, or what, but good morning and thank you. Thank you for the healing hearts. Okay, Marguerite. Who else am I missing? Sister. Hi, sister. Let's see. Okay. So let's start with this one. I think this one's the newer one. This one's the older one. I'm not sure. But what I'm going to do is, and then I won't have to do this every week. Oh, and then I still have to pull the prompts. Every week I am going to give you tabs to information to put under a certain tab. If you did any of the content tab subjects that I did, you could add some of this to it or not, you know, but I want to give you all the ideas of what you can add to it. So I did, and I do need to put a date on these because I'm going to pull these out. And I want to I'll put the date on them so I don't forget, because I'm trying not to repeat the exact same things every week. Pay attention, class. Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to kind of flip through here. And when I get to one of these tabs, we'll stop and talk about it. Okay. So, and I'm going to flip through this quickly. There's all kinds of things. I've got all kinds of Post-it notes, sketches, sketchbooks, notes on watercolors, to-do processes, collage ideas. So again, and I've slapped in stickers and pictures I like. So this one is not as organized. These two are not as organized as the 3-ring binder one. But I know if I showed this and said, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, I'd have like one person working with me. Because this is not this is so not, it's, if you're OCD, you will never do this. So, but this is another way. If you just want a big book, this is one of those giant sketchbooks, 800 pages, as is this one, is a 600 page, and you just want to throw things in. You can make your own tabs so that you can divide it up like this rather than in a binder. The reason that this year I started the 3-ring binder way is because that is the easiest way to be able to move things around and sort things out and stay organized. This is a little tougher to stay organized when you do this. Not that I obviously care, but so you can see, and I'm not going to stop on anything except where here's interviewers' questions when we interview somebody, except where I have a, what do you call it, a tab. But I just thought you might like to see some of the different things that I throw in here, and a lot of it's nothing there yet, but it doesn't bother me. I can have a gazillion journals and continuously work in them. So like here's different symbols, here's word fetty, more photography. Look here. This is when I put in the Jane Davenport sushi rolls and the little Jane Davenport little pans. Do I ever come back to this? No. I just go grab the little pans. So anyway, yeah. Okay, let's see. Where's my first? Okay, it's a little bit in there. Okay. So mind maps. We did some samples here, I think. Here was a food mind map and a fabric mind map. So we did these. I think we did these on stream. I'm pretty sure we did. But like if you have a piece of fabric, you can ask the questions. Y'all know who, what, when, why, how, and you can add the addition of why not, and other questions. But this just had the 6 basic ones. When was this made? Why was it made? How was it made? Who made this? What country? What's it made of? Where's it, where's it from? Like this is from India. It's a sari silk piece. I just did this as a sample. I wasn't really interested in mind mapping this. I just did this as a sample for you guys to show. Same thing here with food. So here's a picture of a lobster right there. Okay, so you can ask the questions or you can just start mind mapping it out. What the lobster versus a crab. This is whatever comes to your mind. A mind map can just be, it can ask the questions or it can just be whatever comes to your mind. I mean, if, a childhood memory of a crab or biting your toe on the beach comes to your mind, then write that down. It can be anything. A mind map is just whatever's in your mind. Okay. So some of the things that this lobster, red, shell, pinchers, Maine, like a Maine lobster, the ocean. So from the Maine, went to the ocean. Lobster versus crab, butter and lemon, recipes, shellfish, allergies, crustacean, swims backwards using a tail. When it's in a tank in a restaurant, how long do they live? There's just so, and that's just one thing. You can do this with anything. It can be a topic. It can be a food. It can be anything that you can mind map. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I made a list of my sticker books at the time. I know I have more than that now. Here's some things on different birds, vines, branch, seed, coral. And again, none of this was what in my plan to show. This is just, I'm flipping through just so you can kind of see different kind of trees. Okay, so here's a good one and this is not part of my plan, but if you have lists, you have a list tab. I recommend everybody has a list tab to list things, whether it's trees, fruit, food, transportation, animals, fish, insects, reptiles, whatever. Have some tabs, and you can do it like this. You can do it like, pretty writing and just, slap some stuff on. You can do it however you want. It can be neat, it can be messy. But anyway, like here's just some trees: the alder, apple, pear, ash, cottonwood, poplar, aspen, basswood, birch, cedar, cherry, plum, cypress, dogwood, elm, fir, hazel, hemlock, holly, juniper. I think I did this. I got this off. Well, no, because I thought because they started off alphabetically to show y'all how to find them or whatever. But then they go into more non alphabetical: maple, oak, myrtle, pine, plum, redwood, sycamore, walnut, willow, yew, teak, banyan, ebony, coconut, eucalyptus, papaya, pomegranate, rubber, and chestnut. So there's some trees. And now you could look up all these trees. You will find out amazing things just by looking up a tree. Mind map one of those. Just mind map one tree, and you will feel so smart when you're done. Just saying. Okay, so let's see. Just different things. And some of these pages are falling out because the book is so thick. And again, sketches, doodles. Here's some of my what do you call it? This is a copy of my lemur Viking samurai character. Some more of those, some more notes. This is my list for forest. When I did the forest ink Forest-tober, when I did the forest poster. So here's a bunch of the things that I wanted to do for that back a couple years ago. Then I have a couple pages here with nothing. There's questions, mind mapping. And then these all just have the same kind of shape. The fish, the eggplant, and that fat carrot. I like that. So more swatches. I think about squirrels and trees here in Spain. I saw them for the first time. Amazing, tiny animals. Trust me, we're all here. We can't keep the squirrels away from the bird feeders. Just like crazy. But I did hear, and Tina, if you're still here, I did hear that when the temperature went down below 40 in Florida, because that's snow in Florida, that's the temperature that the geckos start dropping out of the trees. It doesn't kill them. It like paralyzes them. Tina, did you see any of that in Florida? They just drop out of the trees and hit the ground and lay there, I guess, until they thaw out. I don't know how long it takes for them to thaw out. Hi, Jasper, but I saw something about that. Okay, so again, just different things on all different topics, just all different things. Okay, so here we go. So I got to the supplies. All right. So I made a note here, and I'm going to make this shorter because I'm going to keep this in here. And today is the 27th. So I know that I've shown y'all this, and I won't show this again, because I'm showing it to you now. So if I put the date on, I showed that. I'm not showing it again. Okay. So I did this was an organizing. I think we did this when we talked about organizing, like with like. And so these are things that you can, if you're organizing or reorganizing, let me come over here to my thing here and check that off, because that's one of the things that I had here. Okay, did the stamps, talked about extra tabs, talked about quotes. And I do have some quotes, I think. Okay, we're going to do actions. Okay, so this is supplies. If you reorganize your room or you want to organize your stuff, whether you have a room, I started off with a piece of wood plywood stuck under the lip of a window, and that was my desk. And I sat on the floor with a sketch pad and a pencil. So, and I've been in this room for 23 years, I think now. I've been in this room for 23 years. So when I show you this room, it's 23 years. Okay. All right. So here's some of the supplies that you can do like with like. And even if you just put it in a shoe box, I don't like boxes. I like things in the open, because if I put it away in a box, a drawer, I forget that I have it. I have drawers for tools, like, all the scissors or punches. I have a drawers for tools and certain things, but most everything I have to have shelves where I can see everything, because otherwise I forget I have it. I don't use it, especially when you get new things. All right. So here, I'm going to give you all a list of some supplies. You may or may not have these. Don't feel like you need these. I'm not telling you to go get this stuff. I'm telling you that this is some of the things that you can put like with like to organize. Okay. Dee Dee raises. Kimberly. But it's the best way. What did Arlene say? I saw Janet go, exactly, Arlene. What did Arlene said? I saw a video on one dropping and oh yeah. Okay, the Florida yeah, I think they're geckos. I don't see, did Tina answer? I didn't see Tina say anything, because Tina comes and goes depending on her internet. Let's see. Roll is converting my channel to a calligraphy channel till June. Okay, so Raul is I guess he's combining his channel into or turning it into a calligraphy channel till June. Okay, all right. Yeah, Raul did some amazing graffiti type bubble letters for all the people that helped him or that were part of the streamathon. It was really cool. So y'all go visit Raul's channel. Okay. Pens and calligraphy, pencils and pencil cases, markers, highlighters. And again, each one of these can have, it's like up here on my marker wall here, they have their own little things. Like my paints are right here, my Copics and alcohol markers are there. I have them all divided up. Inks and bottles, embossing stuff, which that can be off mine because I don't emboss anymore. I got rid of all my embossing stuff. I don't like the powdery stuff. I got rid of all my glitter except for stickles. I still like a little bit of glitter on some things, but how I like to glitter is with stickles. There's no loose powders, and that's just me. People like to emboss and do different things. Carving supplies. I just showed you on my car. I could go right back here and came right over here to my little box of carving supply. I knew exactly where it was. It's on an open shelf in a little box. I knew right where it was. Now, sometimes if I haven't used something in a while, it might be like right behind something. So I do have to be careful about, especially when it's something little like the carving tools, rubber stamps and stuff could end up being right behind it. So I do have to be careful about not letting things get, shoved to the back of a shelf. Okay. Stamps, rubber and acrylic, stamp pads and foamies. Again, y'all see my flip system for my stamps and my stamp pads, and I've got my little stamp pads are in these. My bigger stamp pads are in these. My brushes are in here. Here's my and I was looking for this exact size the other day. Let me pull that out. But I have my stamp pads in here. This one is these are a couple of loose ones because I use these brown ones all the time. So, yeah. And they sit right here next to me. But little stamps like, I'll pull a couple here just to show y'all. A couple ways that I use for little stamps. As opposed to my acrylic stamps that are in the flip thing, I keep little stamps like these in these little ammo cases. Or this is one alphabet in here. Here's some smaller ones in here. I don't have those big drawers like Janet has those big flat drawers, those huge long paper that supposedly, supposed to hold flat paper, huge sheets of paper. Janet has those and hers are full of stamps. Maybe she can show you that again too, because I love it. I'm always calling out Janet, aren't I? Let's see. All my watercolors are together, like, let me just, right here on the shelf. I'm just going to pull this right here. Here are all my watercolors. Right here, except for my little Jane Davenport roundies. Those are just sitting here next to it. So it's like with like is my point. Like with like. Then you always know where your watercolors are, your ink is, your stickles. My stickles I keep in these. This is an old vacuum cleaner filter. My vacuum cleaners, they don't have filters anymore. They have those, they're just different. But back in the day, you had to change the filters in your vacuum cleaner, and these were perfect for stickles. Okay, so there's that kind of thing. My inks are up here, my bottle inks, so I have 2 shelves of bottle inks. Is this helpful? I don't know if this is helpful. Hi, Devin. No, you're not getting a virtual tour. We're getting, I'm showing how I organize supplies. We're still on the Society of Idea Collector notebook ideas with tabs. We're still on that. Then we're going to do some HIMI Gouache and some grabby markers. Okay. So stamps, whether acrylic or the stamp pads and they stick to something and you can stand them up as opposed to those little boxes like I just showed you. Stickles, I just showed you that. Scrapbook paper, tissue paper, papers. Now, this is where I have a hard time. Not really a hard time, but I have a lot because I do collage. So my scrapbook papers are all in those magazine boxes. You know what a magazine box are made to hold magazines, but they were also made for scrapbook paper, 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. Those are all under this desk lined end to end. And that's when like Samantha or Denise here, and they need scrapbook paper. They go under my desk. They're going through those bins. That's where my scrapbook paper is. My other collage papers and collage books are all in those plastic sleeves, these things. These, okay, whether it's a book, a pile of tissue paper, a pile of jelly plated papers, although I do have one open bin of my jelly plated papers that I really go through. I try to go through those first, and then I've got there's bins for Tim Holtz stuff, but then I have these little things too, and I gotta say this works for me sometimes and not. These all came in a big box. That the box is used for something else, but all these came in a big box of multicolored little boxes like this, and I put my little things like this in them. These little tiny, like Tim Holtz or little faux ephemera or stamps, and I have those here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 12 of these. 12 of these sitting right next to me, and I'm going to be honest, I forget to use them because they're in these. They're not in a plastic thing. I can, the sleeves. So a lot of my Tim Holtz, like the people and all that, they're in those snaps, just like that collage book I just showed you. A lot of my papers are stored in those. Okay. And I know I'm missing people probably coming in. Is that a Belinda? Let's see who else. So Devin. Okay. All right. So scrapbook paper, tissue papers, like my tissue papers, they're in their own. They're together. My jelly plate papers, they're together. Scrapbook papers are scrapbook papers. I don't have them all together. I don't have I might have one little bin where I've played with them a whole bunch of different papers one time or something. But for the most part, all my papers are divided up by collage, books, jelly plate, tissue, scrapbook. They're divided up so I can find them when I need them, because when you're doing a collage, especially these big ones, and by the way, I think I'm going to work on my big poster book, the medieval poster book chess one. I think I might work on that on Wednesday. Okay. Sprays. Now I only really have ink sprays. I have a lot of inks and a lot of ink sprays, but I don't have like, I don't know. Does Magicals come in sprays, or are those just powders? Anyway, you could have other kind of sprays too. My Poscas are all right here, right next to me. Hang on. Let's see if I can get it up here. Don't judge me. Here's my Poscas. They're in one big tub, and other brands that are kind of Posca-esque. Okay, so all my Poscas are in here, right next to me, so I can get right at them. I have different kinds of pencil cases. This one is a pencil roll and pencil and pen roll here. These are my Colorays, my big pens, and I've got, this is my pencil. This is my ink cartridges, my pencil refills, that kind of thing like that. And I keep them in a basket so I can just shuffle them around. This one right here has got pens, fine point, like, what do you call them? Technical pens, that kind of thing. So those are in one of these cases. So everything is very like with like. Like with like. Here's my little tools and my water brushes, my rubber tipped, silicone brushes, that kind of thing. This one's got, oh, my lid, off the lid of my pen. Oh, there it is. It was on the floor, Janet. So, like with like. So these are my Japanese brush pens. They're rubber banded by type. So they're right there where I can get at them. This one right here is my calligraphy and pens, calligraphy, and there's a few pencils in here, but this is more like, here's my, what do you call it, pens? The calligraphy type. There's a name for them. I can't think of it right now. So anyway, I got that roll. So I keep everything very organized the best I can, because if I want to find something, because I do so much mixed media and so many different things, if I don't do that, I will never find them, never find them. All right, so let me come back here. Cardstock, my solid color cardstocks all have their own magazine bins. Art cards or zines, and my ATCs and art cards that I've collected are in giant notebooks, like big 5-inch notebooks. And I'm not going to pull those down right now, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 of them up there that are my ATC collection. I don't do ATCs anymore. I do art cards, which are a little bigger than 2.5 by 3.5, but I do have a collection that I did ATCs and swapped ATCs for 4 or 5 years before I started streaming. So I have tons of those art cards. And I showed y'all my postcard wall over here, where I have all my postcards on a wood. Let's see if I can take a picture of it. Where's my phone? Oh, I moved it back here. And I've shown this to y'all before, and it's got a big light right here. Let's see if I can take a picture without the light being, so y'all can see here. So my postcards and art cards are now, hang on, let me get it here. Let me crop this down. They're to my left over here. So, and there's my big studio light right there. But I have them there's some more pins above them. But here's how I do my postcards and art cards. And see, there's those little bin things right there. So they're all right here. And then starting here and in front of me is my marker wall. But this is how, these are those wood things. See those little they're wood like box things that you can, I'm not sure if you're supposed to put, let's see, cancel that. There we go. So anyway, that's how I do my postcards, art cards, and some small things. It's all together, like with like. Okay, journals. I have shelves of journals. I have complete bookshelves full of journals by size. Traveler's notebooks, they have their own little shelf, the small journals. Tools, they have their drawers. Tools are something that does go in the drawers. Washi has its own shelf over there with washi holders. Pen pastel, same thing. Beads, wire. I don't have any yarn. I gave all my yarn away, or 99% of it. Fabrics. My fabrics are now in the other room in the closet, because the only time I'm really using fabrics much anymore is to do the prayer pouches, and I don't do those that much. And that goes with lace trims and that kind of thing too. Brushes and old and new brushes I have this is how I, right here next to me, my brushes, so I can get right to them. They're right here next to me. Those are the medium sized ones. Then I have here are the small brushes, except for this. But these are the smaller brushes. So I have them divided up by size so I can find them all right when I need them, especially since I'm streaming. If I need something when I'm streaming, y'all see me go, let me go behind here and get a brush. I pretty much know where things are. Okay. Postcard boxes. I showed you that. Flowers. I don't really do much with flowers. The only time I really did things with flowers, and those I keep in bags, like giant Ziploc bags. I had a lot of flowers for Barbie photography. Stickers and sticker books. Those all stay together. All the sticker books are together. Watercolors. I just showed you that. Acrylic paints. Those are all right here in front of me. Large sheets of paper are in portfolios. Tags. I have little, let me see if I can get one here. I don't do a lot of tags, but I have, because I did a lot of ATCs and, art cards, I have three of these that have tags, small artist cards, of half, in process cards that have already been painted on and going. But then I have, tags in here as well. But I have three of these trays. They're like little divider trays. And it's something like this is perfect for, artist trading cards, tags, that kind of thing. This is one of the trays that I have with, if I can get it off here. These are old artist trading cards. I don't do artist trading cards anymore. So I don't know if I'll ever use these. These are all artist trading cards of my personal ones that I've made in process when I was doing swaps. And I did swaps for like 4 or 5 years, like I said. And these are all ones in progress that I don't know what I will ever use because I'm not doing artist trading cards anymore. I do art cards, which instead of 2.5 by 3.5, they're 3 by 4. I think 3 by 4, 3 by 5, well, yeah, they're bigger. I don't do these tiny ATCs anymore, but I have them. I'm not going to throw them away, So, okay, let's see if I can get that back on the shelf. So that's on an open shelf. So like with like. Okay, so we're still on the supply tab. We'll be making progress here. Again, this is all to do with your tabs in your Society of Idea Collector notebook. You need to make yourself a list of all your own supplies, whatever that is. Like I said, I've been in this room for 23 years. I've been an artist all my life. I've collected art supplies all my life. And, but anyway, you should write down what you have. And then, especially if you go back and you'll know, well, I don't like embossing. No more embossing. I don't emboss anymore. Wire beads and all that. That's right behind me in trays and a bin and one. After I finish a beading project, like my bracelets, like when I make a bracelet and I have leftover beads, they go in here. These are the leftover beads from making things, and they just go in here. And right in front of them are my color cubes, my 2 color cube boxes, right here behind me on the desk where I can just reach right for them. Okay, I said brushes, postcards, flowers, stickers and sticker books, watercolors. Let's see, large sheets of tags, collage packs. I showed y'all how I keep my collages in those plastic bins. Collage cutout books, same thing. They go in the plastic sleeves. And I do have some binders with my collages. I've shown y'all my collage binders. Stencils are in one of those plastic boxes that I can flip through. They're all there, all in one bin. All my stencils. Bins of old jewelry. I have a big box, a big plastic tub with all like old junk jewelry things. Wax seals. They have their own box. Magazine calendar pages for collage. That's also in those plastic sleeves. Altered books, that's in sketchbooks and art books. Those, they're on shelves. Color books, all my color books are in the next room. They're in the mural room. I have no color books in here. And my art books, like my books about art, they're all downstairs on my new shelves. So all my art books are out of here. My color books are out of here. Glues and varnishes, they're on the rolly cart. Society of Idea Collector binders. The binders have their own shelf. Old art portfolios, closet. Unless I pull them out. I do keep some of my, because I show them every now and then, like my Inktober's and all that. But a lot of my, since I wrote this down, a lot of my old art now, I do have in portfolios. Like, let's see here. I have been trying to collect all my old art in the, like, here's my Inktober 2019. So I put all my Inktober in here. Here's my Inktober, how I decided what to do, the list of them, who, where I got the ideas from. So this is all my Inktober 2019. So I've been trying to do more of that organizing with my old art, but a lot of times it might just end up in a portfolio or a sketchbook. Okay, so let's see, what am I got left here? Barbie stuff that's downstairs or in bins in the garage, depending on, like the Barbie car or Christmas Barbie stuff that gets in its own bin, a Christmas Barbie bin, spring flower Barbie bin. So that way, when I want to do Barbie photography, I can pull kind of quickly. Okay. So anyway, so the purpose of showing you this one was organize like with like. All right. So that's supplies. All right. Let's keep going. More things on mind maps. And again, more sketches and doodles. Let's see what else we got here. Stickers and sketch. What's this one? Surrealism symbols. Let's see. I'm going to keep going here. More on trees. That's more on trees. Star charts. Just different things here. Again, I have tabs that I want to show y'all stuff. So colors, and I do want to do a thing with colors in here in a minute. Gardening. I have garden journals. Okay, so here we go. Here is myths and worlds. And now we kind of went over this the first week, but I'm going to go ahead and put on here that I'm telling y'all this today so we don't do it again. Okay, so I made different things for myths, legends, fairy tales, and I numbered them so you can pick from different things. And this goes over to the next page, I think. And you can pick. I showed y'all how, if you made a list of these, and I'll go over them because the reason I'm doing this one today is because I have them numbered. So if you do this and you number them, then you can randomly select numbers and recombine a story. So for instance, here I got, well, this is all myths, legends, fairy tales, and fantasies. So I got cathedral, elves, waterfall, aliens, Pegasus, talking animals, lost civilizations, angels, demons, giants, gardens, volcanoes, a mountain world, like with caves and stuff, tree worlds with forests, sea world, space world, gnomes, fairy tales, fairies and trolls. Oh my. Pirates, griffins, wizards, swamp world, underground world, portals, glass world, pagoda world, castles, dragons, dragonflies, dinos, peacocks, ice world, snow world, monsters, deserts, cave, ice, samurai, and Vikings. That's one of the ones with my lemur that I'm doing, and a unicorn. So there's just a sample of myths, legends, fairy tales, and fantasies, things. And if you recombine them, that's what I did with my lemur. I took a lemur and made them into a samurai and a Viking. And I got little worlds going with them. I got little story, little house, little, him. He's a lemur dressed with samurai and Viking with a Viking history, but he dresses with samurai armor and clothing. So he's got samurai like clothing, but he's got a Viking history. See, so you can recombine things. Pick an animal, pick a whale. So if you have what if you had a whale that was a talking animal and he was kept in a castle in a giant fish tank? Who knows? He was not a prisoner. Maybe he was the king. He was a king of a world that lived he was a talking whale that lived in a castle in a giant um aquarium. I mean, you can just so much. But if you don't write it down, I'm telling you, ask, Terry, she writes all these down. She writes down the prompt. She makes the stories. You will have so many stories if you write them down. All right. So that was that myth. That was myths and worlds. And that fit under, what category did that fit under in my notebook? I think it was under stories. This was under stories. In my book, in my new binder, the one that I'm, this I'm going back over because I have so much of it done that I want to kind of cover as much as I can so we can continuously move on in the big binder. Is anybody enjoying this? Have I totally lost everybody? Hi, y'all up in the balcony. How y'all doing up there? Okay. So then the next one, then I got other things in here too, more swatches and doodles and stuff. And okay, so the next one, here's actions. And we have, the tab is called Emotions/actions. That way I could keep it under one tab, but they're two different separate things, but it is under one tab. So here we go. If you have that story, like the story that I'm talking about with my lemur, Viking, samurai, and you gave him any of these actions, you have a story right there. Okay. Oh, thank you. Following the breadcrumbs and following the breadcrumbs. So if my little lemur, that's a Viking history with a samurai clothing warrior aspect, had any of these actions, then it would have a little clip of a story. So I'm going to read these actions. I'll hold it up so y'all can see. You can screenshot. Well, here, let me do that now. You can screenshot them or come back and look at them later. Or just, you can make up your own. But anyway, so I'm going to read these actions. Okay. Some could cross over to emotions too, but jumping, laughing, smiling, swimming, crying, running, sitting, reading, writing, painting, screaming, skipping, looking, talking, whispering, studying, cooking, whistling, shoveling, singing, walking, skating, hearing, scratching, petting, brushing, riding, driving, acting, building, buying, creating, dancing, drawing, eating, drinking, playing, planning, sleeping, sneezing, touching, leaping, climbing. And some of these I might have got off of a prompt thing. I don't remember where I got them all. Some I just added in, some I got from different places. So you can find them. You can find them online if you don't want to try to write some of them out yourself. I suggest trying to write some out yourself before looking because it makes your mind work. Crawling, commenting, defending, encouraging, exploring, searching, guiding, inventing, discovering, judging, maintaining, measuring, observing, organizing, planning, questioning, perceiving, deciding, hoping, hearing, seeing, listening, noticing, realizing, remembering, thinking, pleasing, understanding, promising, forgetting, forgiving, researching, solving, supporting, working, dreaming, believing, hoping, bathing, directing, campaigning, praying, preaching, healing. So there's some actions. So if you have a character or a story or whatever, have them do any of these things. Hi, Colleen. Anybody else I missed coming in? Then you'll have a whole story thing. Okay, then I have inventions, and I've gone over this one with y'all before, so I'll do it briefly, but you can look these up. I have a book, and that's where I probably got most of these from. I have a book. I have a different one on inventions. I have one on discoveries. I have plus you can look this stuff up. But I started doing different time periods from those books, inventions and discoveries, and the places they were invented. I'll read a few of them. Again, if you want to try to screenshot this and then zoom in later, I cannot remember the book. Did I write the book down? It's probably more than one book. Continued on page 474. So it's continued over here. So I got even more. Oh, here, then you can take a screenshot of that one. Again, I don't remember the book, but this is a book on inventions, and it had the time period. I think it was a book. It could have been online. I don't remember. I should have wrote that down, but maybe it's in here somewhere. So these are different things, like paper currency, 7th century China. Navigational compass, 11th century China. Firearms, and I think also what do you call it? Fireworks too. 12th century China. Here's the telescope, was 11th century Sweden. And I'm just going to skip through here. And then Galileo improved it in 1609 in Italy. The pendulum clock, 1657 in the Netherlands. Postage stamps, 1680 in England. The steam engine, 1698 in UK. Now, that doesn't mean a full-on train. It means the steam engine itself, how to, power an engine with steam. Fire extinguisher, England, 1723. Magazines, 1731, England. The refrigerator, 1748 to 1856 in Scotland and the USA. So I guess they combined things that they knew and learned. So again, let me see what it's comic strips, the 1820s in Switzerland. Of course, photography was France, UK, Scotland, just different places. Let's see here. And I did write, this does not include all discoveries or scientific concepts, does not include games and sports. Italy, and from starting with the 12th century through the 17th century, glass, the cello, the violin, mechanical clock, thermometer, barometer, piano. So, I broke some of these down by country. France, adding machine, 1642. Cinema in 1894. Germany, we have printing press, the newspaper, so you get the idea. But you can make your own list like this of inventions, discoveries, scientific things, scientists. You could do a whole thing on Einstein or any famous scientist, Here's more inventions. The lawnmower, 1827 in England. Let's see. The vacuum, 1865 in the U.S. Of course, there's the zipper, 1891 in the U.S. So yeah, so you can see, and y'all can take screenshots. All right, so there we go. There's I wanted to do some of that. Oh, and lists, and I think it's going to come up here in one of these topics. Opposites. In your list tab, have a page for opposites. That's so you will find so many things that you can do with opposites. Like if you're writing a story, if I'm doing my lemur, I'm just using him as an example, with my Viking and my samurai, big and small, light and dark, black and white. Do opposites, and you will come up with all kinds of creative storylines and ideas. If you have a list of opposites, and there's a lot more opposites than those three I just named, but opposite. Okay, let me write down. I did techniques. Actions. You can do one with techniques. And I just wrote a few down for samples, like splatters, drips, scribbles, doodles, smears, any kind of techniques. Keep a list under supplies or techniques, or this could fit under 2 or 3 different tabs, your techniques. Okay. And list, I just wanted to make sure to address opposites. Okay, I can throw that away. Okay, so other than that, I think that's all I'm going to show out of this book today, because that's the only ones I tabbed at the top, and I did date them, so I know that I've shown those to you. All right, then this little one, I do have more tabs. Am I getting too ahead? Should I wait? Should I wait on these? Oh, you know what? I think I'll wait on all but this one. We'll do the colors, because I did want to cover this. So next week we'll do the rest of these. Okay, so today we're going to do another page talking about colors. And in this one, and I've shown y'all this before, if you've been around, this is, a lot of this stuff's not going to be new to y'all that have been around for a long time, because y'all been around for a long time. But make you a list, and it just can be the basic. I showed y'all the mind mapping of like a sunshine or stuff like that. I showed y'all that with the colors. Well, you can also do this way of mind mapping and listing colors. Okay, let's start with yellow. Oh, Tina, 40 people haven't given Dee Dee a thumbs up. Thank you, Tina. All right, so let's just start with yellow. Do this 2 different ways. And just do your basic colors: yellow, orange, red, blue, purple, green, lime green, brown, black, white. Just do the basic. You don't have to do, well, you can do it however you want. But I mean, you don't have to go in and do mint green, olive green, although I have done a couple of those. I think I have done olive green, actually. Turquoise, teal, aqua. You don't have to break it down that extensively at first, because you will just lose yourself and you'll say, oh my gosh, this is way too much work. You can't think of it that way. All right, so this is the main thing I wanted to show today, was the color list. And let me put a tab here for the color. Let's see, it goes this way. Color lists and mind maps. And again, we showed some mind maps with colors last week, but I'm going to tab this so I remember that I've done this. Okay. So and this is not extensive. It's not, and I think when we did this, we were probably all doing this together in this list. And then I showed you how to do a mind map with it. All right. Y'all ready? Y'all still with the tour? So here are some things that are yellow: lemons, banana, corn, the inside of a pineapple, hard hat, a bee, well, part of a bee, honey bee, canary, a rubber duck, rain boots, baby chicks, honeycomb. You can have a yellow rose, a yellow butterfly, a caution sign, daffodil, tulip, sunflowers, dandelion, school bus, lemonade, marigold, taxis, emojis, a yellow finch, French fries, although they're kind of really not yellow, but mustard, cheese, egg yolk, haystack, measuring tape, Nat Geo magazine. I said rain boots, egg yolk, beer. So there's just some things that are yellow. Okay. The sun. Yeah, I didn't even write down the sun. I didn't even put down the sun. Let's put down the sun. Okay. So then you can come over here, make a circle of the color, and do the same kind of thing, that everything that you can think of, it's yellow, but then you ask questions. Like, for instance, let's just say you went with, and I have more things here, even like a chocobo from Final Fantasy. Okay. All right. Mustard. Okay. Let's just say you mind mapped out. This is all the different things that you get: SpongeBob, The Simpsons, the Minions. Some of these I've already read to you. All right, so let's just say mustard. So you go off with mustard. Then what do you think of when you think of mustard? Colonel Mustard in the library. Summer, hot dogs, family picnics and barbecues and family gatherings. So you can continue out with just the word yellow, mustard, and you can make a whole world. but you have to write it out. This, you can't do this in your head. You could maybe think, oh yeah, yellow, mustard, and hot dogs. And then the farther out you get on your mind map, the less you're going to remember. So this is, this is a way for you to gather, collect information, ideas. That's why we call it the Society of Idea Collectors, because you're collecting ideas. And then you can add and combo things. Like you can add a person, which is, I call a person, place, and thing. A person is anything alive. A person could be a honeybee because it's something alive. But you can add things to it. So if you add a person, place, or thing, and a place can be anything from your kitchen to the garden to Paris, And if you have lists of all those things, then recombining lists is so much easier. Okay. Yeah. Woodstock. Did I not say Woodstock? Oh, did I miss Woodstock? I think, let's see. Well, let's put Woodstock up here. Woodstock. Okay. So you can recombine things from a person, which is anything living, a place, a thing, an era. If you picked, let's say you picked a Victorian era. In my case, with my lemur, I went with Vikings and samurai. Okay. Transportation, occupation. So you can recombine using any of these things and asking the questions: who, what, where, when, why, how, why not, where, all the questions. Okay. Okay. So then orange. Do y'all want me to continue with the colors? Do y'all want me to continue reading the colors, or are y'all good on the colors? Y'all tell me in chat. Are y'all bored with listening to this part? Should I move on? This was the main thing I wanted to tell y'all today, and we got off on all the other things. So, yeah, I got lemon in there. Yeah, I did have lemon. Let's see, cat and paste. I got stuck over by the Woodstock, Canada once. Did not confuse with, Woodstock. Yeah, Woodstock, the little Charlie Brown bird. All right, well, I'll continue on. If y'all say, okay, that's enough, we get the idea, we'll move on. Orange, again, make a list and do a mind map, and then do combos of, person, place, your other list, combo them. Okay. Orange and orange, the fruit orange, carrot, goldfish, pumpkin, clownfish, koi, traffic cone, tiger lily, fall leaves, a crayon, cantaloupe. Speaking of crayon, y'all make sure and check out Cat and Paste has a new video out. She did with Crayola crayons. Let me click on her there. Cat and Paste has a new video out using Crayola pencils, Crayola pencils. Crayon, cantaloupe, squash, mango, a tabby cat, peach, bell pepper. Some bell peppers are in orange, yellow, green, And the same thing over here. You got your who, what, where, why, when, how, but then you can put those together and do combos. I won't do the mind maps. I'll just read the list for now, so y'all can just get a list of things. And I skipped a page. I had room for more. Okay, red. Also, I put down color names. These can also be color names. You can get color names off of crayons, paints, markers. You can get color names that, there's places to get color names to add. Okay. Hi, Juju. Anybody else I missed? Let's see. Okay. So here's some red things. We'll do this for about 5 more minutes. We're not done with all the colors in 5 minutes because I wanted to do some HIMI. View's probably already gone to sleep. in the new book, some HIMI and some marker doodles. But again, and I still have to pull the prompts for the day. But because, and I am kind of covering this a lot on Monday mornings because I'm kind of starting over, showing the old stuff, incorporating the new stuff, trying to get everybody started on their Society of Idea collecting notebooks. So every week is not going to be this extensive on Monday. After we get done with some of this main stuff, we'll just be doing a tab or two every Monday. Just whatever tab I feel like talking about and adding to. It's not going to be this extensive after a week or two. Okay. All right. Red color names. Apples, cherries, red pepper, tomato, a red wagon, tulip, rose, poppy, a heart, ladybug, strawberry, a cardinal bird, blood, lipstick, fire truck, stop sign, red carpet, watermelon, which watermelon's kind of not really red. It's kind of like a magenta. Rudolph's nose, a traffic light, a teacher's pen, when they, correct your work. Do they even do that anymore? Canadian flag. So anything that has red in it. And again, I'm going to skip the mind mapping right now. Y'all can probably screenshot it and zoom in later. Pinch and drag. Okay. Purple. Grapes, pomegranate, pansy, eggplant, iris, berries, plum, orchid, wine, tulips, hydrangeas, amethyst, purple. Is that a jelly bean? Oh no, that is cabbage, a betta fish, purple onion. So there's some purple things. And this is not extensive by any means. All right. Post-it notes for pink. Carnation, flamingo, erasers, shells, pig, frosting, cotton candy, roses, a radish, cherry blossom, pink, Cadillac, azaleas, starfish, stargazer lily, bubblegum, pink grapefruit. So I'm just giving y'all a start, okay? Y'all can continue it on, make your own. There's tons more than what I'm reading off. All right, see, I thought I did olive green. Olives, bugs, avocado, plants, seaweed, asparagus, alligator, frog, leaves, cactus, praying mantis, cabbages, grass, lily pad, leeks, pistachios. So that's some olive green. Yes, Mary Kay's pink Cadillac. Exactly, Arlene. All right, then this is just green. Again, leaves, plants, parrot, broccoli, avocado, trees, pickle, peas, different bugs, snakes, ivy, shamrock, lizard, cucumber, leprechaun, emerald. Lime green, lettuce, pear, tree frog, leaf, grapes, pepper, kiwi, cactus, seaweed, lizard, because, some of these, like lizards, there's multiple colors. Parakeet, apple, celery, cucumber, margarita. And see, I did more of a mind map on this one. Again, there's the questions you want to ask if you want to advance your thinking about any of these items. Okay. Teal, got a parakeet, sea glass, a baby booty. I know some of y'all, this has to be, because I would not have thought of a baby booty. Somebody told me that. I mean, one of y'all suggested that. Blue jay eggs, robin eggs. So we probably did some of these on stream. Blue jay, bluebird, fish, butterfly, flowers, berries, blue eyes, the ocean, blue jeans, blue crab, blue sapphire, gray, whale, seal, mouse, feather, owl, armadillo, bird, fish, cat, rhino, wolf, fox, bunny, shark, elephant, goose, possum, concrete, rocks, clouds, fog, ash, hamster, dolphins, hippo, headstone, and a koala. And I'm skipping over because I have a blank page in between so that I have room for more and more swatches and stuff. Okay. Black and white. So I did black and white. Okay. Oh, this is things. I think it's black and white things like a checkerboard is black and white. So it could be black and white, or like a zebra is black and white stripes. Domino, ink, bear, spider, bugs, blackbird, raven, crow, bat, cat. I got ink on here. It's hard to see some of these. Piano, checkerboard. Gotta skip some of those. Dice, yin and yang, soot, smoke, panther, skunk, raccoon, panda, lemur, and a dog. And that's just what I can see because I got the ink on there. Okay, let's see. Brown. Brown, deer, beaver, cow, dog, monkey, bunny, violin, leather, wood, furniture, rabbit, horse, brown eyes, potato, cowboy hat, mushroom, squirrel, pipe, coffee, bread, chocolate, and tea. Y'all didn't think that there was so much with color, right? Okay, sienna, acorn, deer, camel, coconut, nuts, gingerbread, horse, penny, rust, coyote, tiger, amber, sweet potato, fox, red panda, red squirrel, and a hot dog. Those are all things that are sienna color. Okay, let's see here. Let's go on to peach, shells, crab, apricot, lobster, salmon, coral, cactus flower. And see, in between, I got little drawings and sketches and things too. Okay, let's go to light peach, mushrooms, shells, axolotl. We had to fit the axolotl in there somewhere, and he's a light peach color. So, I'm not seeing anything in chat with my, drawing my attention in caps. So I'm going to keep going. White things, clouds, swan, bubbles, foam, dandelion, polar bear, fox, snow tiger, chicken, rabbit, sheep, owl, teeth, bones, cat, dove, daisy, horse, seagull, stork, snow, flower, water lily, socks, milk, marshmallow, mink, eggs, snowflake, baseball, house, sugar cubes, and of course we can't forget Malibu and Oliver. Oh, Kat, don't put me to work. All right, then let's see. Do I have anything else? And we just got I got all kinds of different notes here. Yeah, see, I started this book in 2018 and I added it up to 2025. So this one's been going on for a while. All right, so I am going to stop here. Oh, we got animal list. We got reptiles, insects. Y'all can find those yourselves. Here's some more of my lemur. Cactus. Okay, I'm going to stop here. And this will start here, supplies. We'll go back to supplies next week. So this one, I'll put a date on here for next. What will next Monday be? Let me look. Are we into February next week? It's going to be my birthday month. It's going to be my birthday month. Okay, let's see. Yeah, next Monday is the 3rd, the day before my birthday. Okay, so this will be 2/3/25. Next, we'll start there next week with some more supplies. So next Monday, we got supplies, transportation, more mind map notes, quotes, supply tests, and then some more personal things there. Okay. So there we go. I think I covered everything for today on my Post-it notes. We'll go back to this. Come back February 3rd. We'll come back to this one. Okay? So I hope y'all got some more things to add to your Society of Idea Collector notebooks. That was a lot. All right, let's pick our prompts, and I will write my prompts down. I'll write my prompts down on a Post-it note and stick it in my book. So, your birthday's on the 31st, the 31st birthday. Your birthday's on your birthday's on Valentine's Day, right, Raul? Yeah. All right, so I'm going to pick a little stack. I'm going to pick 5 off the top. Okay, so this is... what day is today? The 27th. Okay, so here's the prompts, 5 prompts. If y'all want to do a story, a cartoon, a comic, or just write them down and put them in your Society of Idea Collector notebook for future references when you can't think of anything to do. Dino. Raincoat. See, can't y'all already envision something going on? Your brain should already be in creative mode by now. pod. 2 more. Squid. And the last one, a pyramid. Okay, there's the 5. So that is for today. Dino raincoat, pea pod, squid, and a pyramid. That's today's prompt bowl, the prompt bowl. All right, now let's put the prompt bowl up. And I know Janet probably it's scratching at the bit. No, chomping at the bit, not scratching at the bit, chomping at the bit for me to open up these watercolor artista. It's artist with an O, artisto. But first, I want to go back over. I've already flipped through the book. If y'all missed it earlier, this book I got, it was from 2016, but I saw View had it, and it looked really good for doing stuff like what we're going to do today. Testing things, trying things out, chomping. Thank you, View. Chomping. So anyway, I had already, with my HIMI Gouache, I had already did these leaves, okay? Let me just see if I can do it this way so they all show. There we go, because it's so pretty. I should do something, let's see, I need to do a what do you call it? A thumbnail. So let me just throw these out here real quick, and let me take a thumbnail real quick, because before I get started, because then I'll forget, and then I have to go dig one out of my do a screenshot. Whereas if I do one, and I usually don't even have to tell y'all I'm doing a thumbnail, I just take one, and y'all will never know I'm taking one, but I'm taking one. So I have a thumbnail because that's pretty. This is pretty right here. All right, so I got some, and I don't know which colors we're going to use, but I did use my HIMI Gouache to just do a background on each one of these leaves. Have you seen Denise Class new color? I don't even know who that is. Goblins in the Hollow. No, I don't even know who Denise is. Me. Sorry, me. And me, I'm saying me, M-I is me. So no, I'll have to look that up. So you can use, with the gouache, you can use a water brush. You can use a regular paintbrush. Let me just get a small one over here. Do I have a small one? Let's go over here into my bowl, because y'all know I got them all organized. Let's just get 1 or 2 here. Okay, a couple of brushes. And I'll just put some water in one of my little thing here for now. Let's just put a little water out. So you can do it either any way you want, just like a regular watercolor, where you're taking your paints and putting them on a palette. Let me see if I got one handy here. Moving them. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's water soluble. Let me see what this is. I don't remember what I use this. Okay, I think that's just, it must have been ink. It's not moving, so I can use it for that. But you can take your take your paint out, put it in a thing here, add the water, and go from here to there, rather than just dipping out a big wad of paint out of here. Put it in a palette, and I have I just grabbed this one, and y'all know, a little bit of water here. So I've already did this just to have something already done before we came in. But let me just go ahead and go down these little veins right here with the gouache on top of the green. So I already did the leaves, a base color, and that's all I've done. I haven't done any shading, nothing else to it. I just all I did was a base coat, right? I'm going to need some baby wipe. Do I have one? I have one here. Oh, here it is. Clean my brush and stuff off. Oh, thanks, Kat. Kat put the Goblins in the Hollow color book in there. Thank you, me, for that suggestion. I don't think I've ever even heard of her. So, okay, she said she works for Disney. I did not know that. Okay. All right. So we can layer more with the gouache, but I'm going to do it a couple different ways. First off, I did the base. I did the base with the gouache and I let it dry. I did that yesterday, so I had something already to work with, because what I want to do then is, and I might want to do something with those sunglasses. I really like those sunglasses. Is my grabby small, the small, like the bullet tip, it's a small tip. And I thought that would be good to do something with. Oh, let's see. Maybe I should zoom in a little. You're going to, let me see, go over this way. Let's zoom in one. Let's get that. Let's zoom in. Turn down the brightness just a little. There we go. I'll have to move that over because it's putting a shadow on here. Okay. And then I'm going to take these markers and go over the lines or the veins or the stems. You can go in there. So I just thought, just show that you could use, and it doesn't have to be HIMI gouache. It can be your watercolors, your super tip markers that you've watered down to make a base. It could be watered down acrylic. Y'all know that's my favorite thing to do, especially in color books. And for a base is watered down acrylic paints. But I wanted to just play with these grabbies. HIMI Gouache. Okay, thank you, Tina. Yeah, I don't know how long this has been out. I have the other one with the big squares. This one has twice the colors. Rather than having, where'd my lid go there? Rather than having one like orange here, a yellow here, it's two shades. Touche. Oh, see, I just smeared that. Look, I just ran my hand over. I didn't let it dry. That's what happens when you get in a hurry. That's okay. Well, let's just see if we can kind of make that. Oh, I know what we'll do. Wait. We'll get out the color pencils. All right, let me remove all this. This stuff's annoying to me when I want to work. This stuff will go somewhere else. It won't, you know what? I'll show you where it'll go. It'll go on the very bottom. Let's do that. Oh, I don't want to put it on there. We'll have a mess. Let's put all the info and all this stuff at the bottom. Okay. Now let's take the dark green maybe. So mess that up. Let's see what I can do with this. All right. So now I'm going to have to kind of shove this over here. And no room. And where I smeared it there, now let's just go ahead and take, it's not dark enough. I want something really dark. Let's get a dark teal or something. There we go. And these are the watercolor pencils. Let's put some of that down. That's not even really dark enough, but we're going to just do a test here. So I'm going to put the pencil, I'm just going to sketch some of the pencil down. Take my water brush, or it could be just a regular brush dipped in water. And we're going to move that around. Like that. So do a little shade. Now when that dries, we could add some darker shade too. We can throw some more shade. I know those flimsy plastic, I know, right, Tina? I don't like those little trays either. Okay, so now I got to remember that's wet. All right, let's just pick another one. Let's like this one here. All right, so now let me go over here to maybe one of these reddish brown sienna type color for this one. It's really redder than that. You can put blue on here. Doesn't matter. I'm just wanting to show you what's possible. This may be too close to the color, but that's all right. We'll go with it. So because they have the small tips, and these are acrylic paint markers, but they got the fine tip as opposed to a brush tip. Yeah, View. So I just thought this book that View showed, which is not a new book, but I don't think I've ever seen it, and I know I've never seen it flip through. So I'm just going to do the veins here. I want to make sure that I didn't reshake any of these up. I should probably shake it up before I use it. So I'm just going to go over all the veins in the leaf, just so y'all can kind of see how you can play with them. And you could even, if you drew your own leaves, you could cut them out after you drew them, doodled on them. Okay. That's pretty cool, I think. Now, what we'll do next is, because we're working with all three things apparently today, we're going to go back over to the pencils, and let's take like a teal or something. Let's see, what color do I want? I want something a little less green. I don't know if this is the same kind of color I did. All right, so now I'm going to put a little bit of teal, dark teal in here. And you can use watercolor pencils in a couple of different ways. You can just put down some color like this, like I did on the other leaf. Hopefully my acrylic lines are dry, because I didn't wait any time. I just started putting on the pencil. You can take, and let me just use a watercolor brush because it's quicker. And you can, just kind of move it with that. Watercolor pencils can be very versatile. I just don't know why I just don't use them, because I have so many other techniques I like. So you can do that. Or if you want it more intense, you can wet the tip. You can even just dip it in water. Just dip it in water over here. And you'll get a real intense wet pencil mark. So it'll be very color intense. I don't know if that's showing up on camera. A little bit, I guess. Let me move that over a little. There we go. So you can just dip the pencil in water and make it not very dark like that. And you can also just pull it off with the brush like this. And then you can get some little tiny areas, like maybe the little tips up there, or whoops. So there's multiple ways you can use your watercolor pencils. This is not color pencils, watercolor pencil. Okay. Okay, so there's that. All right, let's keep rolling along with some different things. Yes, pencil. I need another baby wipe. I need a wet one. No questions, comments, or anything? We all good? Let's see. Kat said she buys 150 set of Crayola color pencils, uses 12. Yeah. I didn't even know Crayola came in a set of 150 color pencils. I mean, I know they have the 100 super tips, but I didn't know that they had 150 pencil colors. Or are you just being funny, Kat? All right, so let's see here. Let's clean that off. And let's see, what would we do next? Let's go ahead and get let's just get maybe a blue or a purple. Let's get a purple. Let's go with the lighter color than the leaf. Let's just try this lilac color. Oh, did I squeeze or shake that too much? I don't know. All right, so we'll put a purple lavender veins in this one. I'll have to let that dry before I go in there with something else. Can y'all even see that? It's kind of hard to see. If I zoom in too much, then I can't move things around because I got everything under the book under everything. They really do. Oh, so they do. Okay, at Walmart, 150 pencils. Full set. Don't make me, Kat. Don't make me. I do have some Crayola pencils, but I don't have 150. I don't know how many came in the set, but let's see over here. Let's see. I have them bundled up by color. See, here's all the purple ones. I keep everything rubber banded by color. It's just so easy. It's just so much easier. Okay, so we're going to let that purple dry. Then we might go in there with some, purple, dark purple. We'll go in between those with a dark purple. So we'll see. All right, let's try this dark leaf here. Let's do that dark leaf with a blue. Maybe let's get a baby blue. I'm going to mash it down like once or twice just to make sure it's going. I really want something to show up, yeah. I don't need any more regular pencils. Like I was saying earlier, I have, I love my Prismacolors, but I also have the Polys, the Holbeins, the Lumis. I have the Posca pencils. I don't need any more pencils. I got these because they're watercolor pencils, and the only watercolor pencils that I think I have are my Inktense pencils. All right, gotta let those dry a little bit. All right, let's see. Let's take this green. Let's see what I can do with this green on top of this brown. And just do some like pine needle type things. I know y'all, can y'all see? Is it too flashed out, too bright? Maybe I should turn the brightness down just a tad. If I zoom in anymore, then I'm not going to be able to move the book around very much. I want y'all to be able to see a little everything. Malibu is snoring. Wish I could move my camera over there so you could hear her. She is snoring right behind me on the little bed I made her. All right, now let's try some of the light green with the, well, I think I have to let that dry because otherwise I'm just picking up the dark green. Crayola crayon, 152 count with sharpener caddy on Amazon for 12. I'll tell you, y'all can find some stuff. Let's see. I don't see Annie's texting. She's probably making sure Dad's okay. I think she's texting her dad. Okay. P Money is snoring too. I know she is just cute. I can show you a picture of her, but I can't. Well, let me see. Let me see if I can get her. If I sneak up on her face, she might wake up, but let's try. No, I woke her up. I woke her up getting right in her face. I knew I would. She goes, I'm not that dumb, Mama. Uh-oh, I just kicked some pallets over down there. All right, let's see. Okay, let me move my phone. They're texting each other. We're all family group thing here. Okay, let's see. Is that dry yet? I think so. Let's go with the yellow. Let's go with this bright yellow and put that in there. Let's see. These are really fun. I could see me doing some of this in my collage, like the finishing touches in a collage. Like when I go back in and add waterfalls and mist and all that, adding little details with the pens rather than just painting it in with the brush. Janet, what are you going to do today? What are you going to do on your stream today? Hopefully at least show your journal, your passport journal. I love that thing. Okay. So just some more little spiky bits. Yeah, Loomies are very expensive. Loomies and Holbees are. I mean, I like them. I just don't. I don't know why I don't use them. I love my Prismacolor, so I use them. I do use them occasionally, but not like regularly. Probably like I should. All right, let's see here. Let's get a light blue. Let's get the lightest blue here. Let's see how we can go over. Let's see if we put some. No, you know what? Let's dip it. Let's do the dip. Let's do the dip. See if it'll go over the, I mean, it'll go over the gouache, but I don't want to be lifting the gouache. Let's see what we can do here. And just get some little bit of pencil in there. Give it a little depth. You can feel when it starts to get dry, it starts to feel scratchy. Hubster's going to go put something in the mailbox. He needs to stay in bed. He won't stay in bed. Can y'all see that? Yeah, that's showing up. See how the pencil is giving us a little depth there on top of the gouache and because it's a gouache base, the HIMI Gouache, and then we did some of the acrylic markers, and now we're doing some watercolor pencil. So it shows up. I'm sure you can come up with a way to keep that, man. Not if I want to get anything done, Tex. Well, even though, he was diagnosed with pneumonia and when he got his antibiotics, he's been sick for 3 weeks, so he went to get the antibiotics. But he's never had a fever. He hasn't not lost his appetite. He's gone to work every day but one day. So when he went and got the antibiotics yesterday, the doctor said, well, you might want to just take 3 days off. So he's on his antibiotics now. That looks pretty cool. Now, I wonder if we added a white, almost like snow. Let's see what white does. Let's see what dipping the white pencil in water will do. Let's see what that'll do. Yeah, thanks, Tina. The scavenger hunt, which I have right here. Hashtag scavenger hunt 2025. You finish all of them. Well, I think you have to finish 90 of the 100. By April 7th, that's a Monday, when Janet will be doing a giveaway for anybody that's completed or at least did 90 of the scavenger hunt, found 90 of the scavenger hunts. Who was I missing? Thanks everybody for being here. All right, let's see. Let's take a little bit of the white on and let's do the tips. Is it going to work? Barely. I can barely see the white. Maybe if I do a little bit more pressure or something. Let's see. I can see it a little bit, right? Yeah, it's showing up on camera. I'm sure it's picking up some of the other colors too, because I'm re-wetting the gouache. it just makes the leaf have a little more depth to it. Get a sip of my lemon water here. Okay. So let's see. Let's try something else. Because like I said, all this is the gouache, the backgrounds here. Let's see if we can add some darker shading like in between. Let's get a dark brown. And let's just not wet it. Let's just put some, is this dark, is black or dark brown? It's black. Okay. These do have names on them. That is kind of nice. Numbers and names. Like these grabbies don't have that. No numbers, no names. Okay, so we got to put a little bit of black in the leaves like that. And now we're going to wet it. And I'm going to kind of tap off the excess so I can just do a little bit. And then maybe even just kind of dab some off there like that. So it's kind of in the background. It's a little bit of darkness in those. I don't know if it's pine needle, but whatever it is. So just different things you can try. The extra layers, yeah. You can just keep layering it. And after that dries, we could add some light back on top of it, you know. But you got to let it dry in between, you know. Let's see. All right, this is dry up there. So let's see about adding some. Let's add some lime. Let's go to the lime green here. I'm going to do the. All right, so I've already done a purple marker on top of the gouache. Now let's take this lime green and let's go in between a little bit in between here. And it's not showing up too much. I'll try to hold it up to the camera here. And then maybe some of the lavender. Janet, have you ordered these yet? Have you put them in your cart? Let's do a magenta. Let's do magenta on the tips. You put them in your cart, Janet? Not too much buckling. Yeah, the paper is pretty thick. It's buckling a little, but you know, that doesn't bother me. And by the time you work on the back, it does flatten out when you work back to back. Oh, that's Jutta. Hi, Jutta. They're in my cart, you creep. Well, I mean, what are they, $20 or something? They're not very expensive, right? I mean, I thought they were like something like 22 maybe. I don't remember. So see how that, I'm going to hold this up so you can see it. It's kind of hard to tell, but you'll see the depth that it's getting with the 3 layers of things with the HIMI Gouache. And it doesn't have to be the HIMI Gouache. It could be any kind of just base coated water, you know. It could be acrylic paint. It could be your watercolors, just something on the base. And then I use the markers for the detail. And now I'm going in here with the color pencil. Let me hold that up here. Let me get it out from under the... And it's still wet, but you can see. So you see how it's got some depth to the 3 things? You can see it here as well. There, a little bit. This could use some more. Maybe I need to, let me see if I can, well, yeah. Let's just stick it back under there. That's the easiest. Add some lighter, like a light orange to this. Let's get this nice light orange. Let's see what happens when we do that. Yeah, there we go. That's good. And add just a little bit of but yeah, you got to let it dry in between your materials. Otherwise, you're just going to be like if the gouache wasn't dry, and I try to go in there and do lines and stuff, it's gonna probably ruin the tip of this, and and if this wasn't dry and I started doing this, then it's probably just going to smear. So if you let it dry in between the steps, if you will, yeah, it is. It is a good quality paper. And I did do a flip of the book earlier. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's get that right there. I'm just dipping it in the little thing of water there. Getting some little areas. Okay. Changing maple leaf. Thank you, Tina. Tina found a 6-count of, let's see, 6-count waterfront polys on Amazon, but they take about a month to get because they're coming from Japan. I haven't bought any for a long, long time, so. And, yeah. I know the Loomies, is it the Loomies or the Holbees that come from Japan? Hi, Jane. Karen Schwartz. Hi, Karen. I started using gouache months ago. HIMI is messy and dries up. As a beginner with it, worth buying Turner Design and Turner Acrylic and its beautiful paints and tubes. I threw out your HIMIs. Okay, well, just depends on what you like. My other HIMIs, they dried out after, because I didn't use them for a while. I don't think I even used them all through the virus. They dried out. I just sprayed them all with water again. They're all fine. Let's see. The other set here. Let's see how they look right now. I haven't looked at them in a while. Yeah, they're all right. You can see a couple of them are cracked a little bit, but I just add water to them and then they'll rehydrate. You got to keep the lid on it nice. There's an airtight lid. I bought these because of the multiple, twice as many colors. So just depends on what you like. Everybody likes different stuff. I'm not really a watercolorist per se. I mean, you've seen some of my watercolors I've done, but it's not my favorite thing to do. If I'm going to do anything like that, it's going to be like this in a color book, All right, let's see. What other thing? All right, I think I'm going to move on from this page so that I can show y'all some base coating with the gouache because I already had this done. Let's make sure it's dry. That's still wet. I want to make sure this is dry, and we'll go on to another page. I've already flipped it. I really like these sunglasses. Let me plug in my heat gun. Hang on. I know, Tina, and if y'all not, well, I don't want to get into a discussion of it, but if you notice the news lately, the truth is coming out. The truth is coming out. Okay, so there we go. That's dry. All right, so let's see. So it did buckle a little bit, so you can see a little bit of buckling, but by the time you finish this side, you won't notice buckling on either side. All right, let's see. Let's do a couple sunglasses. Again, I really think this book is, for me, it's going to be like to play in and test things out and, not really to finish a big page and do, it's just not going to be what I um, wanted it for. I just liked it because there was such a variety of items in here. And when View showed it, all right, let's see. Let's go ahead and let's put this over here so I can do something with it. Where's my little palette over here? Let's just do a couple of sunglasses. Let's do a couple of cool colors, shall we? Let's just do do I want to do a yellow or orange? Let's do this yellow. Let's get a little bit of this yellow here. And I could just get my spray bottle too to kind of water a little bit down. This is some ink. I had to test it myself to see that's dry. That's acrylic ink, so it's not going to move when I put this on top of it. All right, let's see. Let's do a couple of things here. Let's do a yellow center. We'll do a couple, just so I'm using it up. Thank you, Tina. All right, let's see, maybe here. I'm going to add some different colors to them. Could do little designs on them. I think I have enough here for one more. This is one of those things that you can play with and get lots of ideas from testing. All right. All right, let me clean up my brush. Let's dry this so I can add some grabby markers. Oops, I smeared that. Don't stick your hand on it when it's still wet. Hi, Judio. Yvonne. Anybody else coming in I miss? Oh, that's probably dry. Probably. All right, so now let's see what colors. Maybe we'll do a couple colors. Let's do a midnight blue here. Could do half dark, like part dark blue, part light blue. These are pretty fine tips. I'm really having to really color them in, Okay, let's do like that. And then take a light blue. Let's do a lighter blue. Try to blend them a little right there. And then go up under. Can I blend that? We'll blend it with color pencil, watercolor pencil. couple shades of blue. I'll let that dry a minute. I'll do another one down here. Hi, Tori. Anybody else I missed? Hi, Kathy Bird. All right, let's do maybe a pink and a red, or magenta and a red or something. Let's see. Let's do a pink and this one right here, purpley color, purple magenta. All right, we're going to kind of do the same thing. And then we'll do the little ear things there. Arms, the arms. And then we'll add the light pink. And then we'll add some pencil. Hey, how you doing?
All right, but I have to get on my computer for a couple of minutes.
Okay.
So let you know.
I don't know that it'll disconnect me or anything, but I'm almost done. Can you wait 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll put your mail in the mailbox.
Oh, thank you. I don't know that if Hubster gets on the computer, it'll like pull the bandwidth.
Beautiful, honey.
Oh, bud, it's just.
Well, it is.
Thank you. All right. We'll dry this and then I'll do the color pencil and we'll go. All right. He's already left. He just came in there and said, I don't know if that's going to interrupt, that'll interrupt. Okay, let me dry this. Hang on. All right, so now we will take like a blue pencil. Let's put this orange one back over here. Let's take like a medium blue maybe. Let's take a medium blue and just do a little bit of, I just want to put enough down that I can grab it with water. Let's see what happens. But thanks everybody. I hope y'all got some more out of the Society of Idea Collector ideas. All right, now I'm going to take my brush and just move that around. So it'll be kind of a green. Oh, Debbie, if you're still here, I did get I'm reading the first in the series of the Crooked, what was it called? The mystery, in Scotland, the Crooked, the bookstore girl. I got it off of Thrift Books. All right, there we go. I kind of went over down into here, but I did start it. I'm a couple chapters in. Crack spine. Yeah, the crack spine. All right, now I'm going to take a darker blue. Again, I got to dry this. Let's get the darker blue and just do a little bit more. It's quite fun to do this. I don't know if I'd want to do a whole piece, but it is chill. There we go. Just a little, color around the circle there. All right, let's see. One more. I want to do a little bit of, Let me get a dark magenta on here. Let's see. And let's do a little, let's go this way with it. All right. Watercolor. Okay, let's wipe off the excess. All right, let me hold that up to the camera there. So you can see how we kind of played with it a little bit. I actually would think that we need to have some black outline in there and even some white highlight. Let's wait a minute. 1 second. Let's take a Posca and let's do a little. A little glare on there. A little glare. You know, you can always highlight some other areas like the tops up here. Like that. Give it some more oomph. Like that. So yeah. All right, guys, let me back out the camera here. And so now we lost the light. Let's fix the light. Let's brighten it back up. There we go. So I hope y'all enjoyed seeing some stuff done with, we didn't do a lot, but a little bit, with the HIMI gouache, the grabby markers, and the, where's the lid here? Let me close it so you can see the cover again. The watercolor pencils. Artisto watercolor pencils. So there we go, guys. All right, I'm going to head out. Let Hubster use a computer, whatever he's got to do. I do need to run to the store. And so, yeah, hopefully y'all got some more Society of Idea Collector notebooks. Thanks for all the thumbs up. Thanks, everybody that's in the balcony. Thanks, everybody, for sharing and shouting out. And, oh, thanks, Ann. All right, guys. Y'all have a great rest of your day. We'll see you at Janet's. And, yeah. Bye, guys.